In late April of 1945, when the Soviet troops were on the verge of taking Berlin, Operation Seraglio, a secret plan, was put into action to evacuate the key and favored members of Hitler's inner circle from the Berlin bunker where they were based to an Alpine command center near Berchtesgaden. 10 airplanes flew out from Berlin between the 20th and the 23rd of April of 1945 under the overall command of General Hans Baur, Hitler's personal pilot. Baur was personally selected by Hitler to be his official pilot in 1933 and was consequently released from the service by the Lufthansa airline. Later, Baur was appointed head of Hitler's personal squadron and was given the task of expanding and organizing the German governmental squadron, which he filled with experienced Lufthansa pilots. Operation Seraglio was a success in 1945. Among the personnel flown out were Christa Schröder and Johanna Wolf, two of Hitler's trusted secretaries. All of the aircraft arrived at their destinations safely, except one, the last one to leave. The final flight out was a Junkers Ju-352 transport plane. On the board were 10 heavy chests. The Junkers Ju-352 Hercules was a large German transport aircraft that was developed from the earlier Junkers Ju-252 using non-strategic materials. It also had a similar rear-loading ramp that allowed the loading of vehicles or freight into the cargo hold while holding the fuselage level. Deliveries of the first Ju-352s had only just begun when, during the summer of 1944, the worsening war situation resulted in the decision to abandon further production of these transport aircraft. The plane, which took part in the operation in 1945, crashed near the Czechoslovakian border. There is no indication of what was in the boxes, and in the decades following the war, the possibility of a hidden cache of private papers belonging to Hitler became a perfect scenario for a forgery. The Hitler Diaries were a series of 60 volumes of journals purportedly written by Adolf Hitler, but in reality forged by Konrad Kujau between 1981 and 83. The diaries were purchased in 1983 for 9 million Deutsche Marks or $4 million by the West German news magazine Stern, which sold serialization rights to several news organizations. One of the publications involved asked the historian Hugh Trevor Roper to authenticate the diaries. He did so, pronouncing them genuine. At the press conference to announce the publication, Trevor Roper announced that on reflection he had changed his mind, and other historians also raised questions concerning their validity. Rigorous forensik analysis, which had not been performed previously, quickly confirmed that the diaries were fake ones. Kujau spent some time in prison for the fraud, and several newspaper editors lost their jobs.